In this exciting Baku Open 2025 group around 6 clash, Akhmedov and Abasov enter the Slav defense exchange variation. On d4. On d5. On c4. Threatening pawn takes d5. On c6 played by Abasov entered in Slav defense exchange variation. Pawn takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Knight c3. On e6. Bishop f4. Bishop d6. Threatening bishop takes f4. Bishop takes d6 played by Akhmedov. Queen takes d6. On e3. Bishop d7. Rook c1. Knight c6. Bishop b5. Knight ge7. Knight f3. King castled kingside. King castled kingside. Rook fc8. Bishop takes c6. Bishop takes c6. It is novelty move. On a3. Rook c7. Queen b3. Rook ac8. Knight e5. Bishop e8. Knight a2. On b6. Rook takes c7. Queen takes c7. Queen c3. On f6. Abasov's idea is to play Queen d6. Queen b4. Queen takes b4. Knight takes b4. Pawn takes e5 and gain a significant edge. Knight f3 played by Akhmedov. Queen b7. Threatening rook takes c3. Queen d2 played by Akhmedov. Knight f5. Rook c1. Knight d6. Rook takes c8. Queen takes c8. On h3. On a5. On b3. On g5. Queen c3. Queen d7. Knight d2. King f8. On a4. King e7. On f3. Bishop g6. Knight c1. King d8. King f2. Queen c7. Threatening queen takes c3. Knight a2 played by Akhmedov. Bishop c2. Queen takes c7 check. King takes c7. Knight c3. King c6. On e4. On b5. Abasov might go for on takes e4. On takes b5 check. Knight takes b5. Knight takes e4. Knight takes d4. Knight takes f6. Knight takes b3. Knight takes b3. Bishop takes b3 and establish a winning position. King e3 played by Akhmedov. On b4. Threatening pawn takes c3. Knight e2 played by Akhmedov. On f5. Pawn takes d5 check. King takes d5. On f4. Knight e4. Take a moment to spot the best move for Akhmedov. Pawn takes g5 is the right idea because on e5. Pawn takes e5. Knight takes d2. King takes d2. Bishop takes b3. On e6. Still Akhmedov is losing. Let's go to the main variation. Threatening pawn takes g5. Knight e4 played by Abasov. Abasov intends to play on e5. Pawn takes e5. Knight takes d2. King takes d2. Bishop takes b3. Pawn takes g5. King takes e5. Knight c1. Bishop takes a4 and secure a stronghold in the game. Knight takes e4 is a mistake played by Akhmedov. Pawn takes e4. Pawn takes g5. Bishop takes b3. Pawn h4. Bishop takes a4. Pawn h5. Akhmedov intends to play pawn g6. Pawn takes g6. Pawn h6. Bishop b5. Pawn h7. Bishop takes e2. Pawn promotes to queen at h8. Bishop g4. Queen c8 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop e8 played by Abasov. Abasov is aiming to play bishop takes h5. Pawn g6. Bishop takes g6. King f4. Pawn a4. King g5. Pawn e3. Knight f4 check. King e4 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn g6 played by Akhmedov. Akhmedov is planning to play pawn takes h7. Bishop takes h5. Pawn promotes to queen at h8 and establish a winning position. Bishop takes g6 played by Abasov. Pawn takes g6. Pawn takes g6. Knight f4 check. King c4. Knight takes e6. Pawn a4. Abasov intends to play pawn a3. Knight g5. Pawn a2 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn d5 played by Akhmedov. King takes d5 victory for Abasov. After a hard-fought battle, Akhmedov resigned, conceding the game.